Creating multi-level list. Multi-level list looks like what you can see it here on the right side of the screen. In fact, you can turn any bulleted or numbered list into a multi-level list. How we can do that? Just by placing the insertion point at the beginning of any line and pressing the tab key to change the level for that line. Let us try it here. Okay, if I am here, if I want to change this one to a bullet list, for example, just as we did before, go here and select, for example, this one. Okay, that's fine. Now we want to change this list into multi-level list. Let us say, just if I focus on this point, okay, and then I put the cursor at the beginning of this line, then I click on tab key. You know the tab key on the keyboard, you can click on it. So what will happen? It will be moved a little bit to the right. Okay, if I just undo, you can also use this icon here up. You can click on it to get the same effect. So either you can use the tab key from the keyboard or this icon, which is increase indent. The same thing I can do it, for example, for the rest. Okay, now you can see this is a level and this is a second level. Again, let us try to create a third level. Okay, if I click here and then click like this, and again click on the last line and click here, you can see we got multi-level list. Why? Because we have this level, which is the main level, and this is the sub level, and this is sub level. Okay, this is how can we do it. If we like to change it, let me select here all the list. You can see here on the top we have multi-level list. For example, if I click, now we are here. Now if you want to change it to this, you can see we got another style of our multi-level list. Or if you want to choose the bullets like this, you can get it. So what we've done it here is very similar to what we seen it here on this example. Indenting and tabs. We use indenting to make our document looks better, or this helps us to visually separate paragraphs from one another. This is how it looks. For example, each paragraph is indented. Okay. Another way for indenting is to move every lines except the first line. So you can see the difference. This is indenting, and this is what we call it hanging indent. So in hanging indent, every line except the first line is indented. Can notice that. However, the opposite on indenting, only the first line is indented. Okay, how can we do that? If I go back to my example, now if I want to create indenting for paragraph 1, the easiest way to do it is use the tab key from the keyboard. Just put the insertion point at the beginning of line 1 and click on tab key. So I got it. Again, if I try it here, I can click on tab key to get this indenting. Okay, let me undo to show you how can we create hanging indent. We will use the ruler, which is on the top of our documents. Okay, on the ruler, we can notice that we have three handles. The top one, we call it first line indent marker. And this one, hanging indent marker. And the bottom one, which is like the rectangle, left indent marker. Okay, we're going to use these and we'll see the effect of each one of these handles. Go back. If I put the insertion point here, and then if I use the upper one, which is this one, and just move it a little bit to the right, it is similar to using tab key. Okay, let me just bring it back. Okay, if I use the lower one, which is this handle, now I got what we call it the hanging indent. So by using this one, we got the hanging indent. If I use this one, the last one, which is like a rectangle, I got this. So we can use either the upper one or this one or this one. This effect also can be done by clicking here and clicking on this option, increase indent. You can see I got the same effect like when I used this rectangle.